Hey, so let's quickly create a login page using Autolayout in Figma. Let's start. So here is my Figma file, and I've already gone ahead to paste some icons that I might need for this design. So let's start. So let me put on my grid. As the first thing I always do in my designs, I'm dragging this in. I think I want it to fill the screen. Okay, it's already the right size. Great. Then now let's create our text field. Rectangle. I think I want this to be white with a stroke of gray one. Okay. I don't bother about the height or anything yet at this point, so I'll just write username. So we're going to have username and password. Let me make this gray a bit, not bold, say regular. Then I'll drag my username inwards. Now I'll select all three and click on Shift A, or you can press this plus here. And does something similar to group, but you see the big difference between grouping and auto layout very shortly. So here we have this, and then I will come here. I want it to be centralized, that tiny space. Then I also want a space of 8 pixels between elements, and lastly 16 pixels all around. That's the padding. That's that. I'll go ahead and duplicate this. That's Ctrl D or Command D, and I'll change this to password. I'll drag in the password. So auto layout aligns things in vertical and horizontal direction. So this is the horizontal version. How you know what the direction is to look here. You see here is vertical, here is horizontal. So this is a text field that is horizontally aligned. So I'll use my arrow, left arrow key, to shift it backwards, and I can just delete this one. So that's the first part. Now let's do our button. Or before we go to button, I'll click on this tool and do the same thing I did before, which is to press Shift A or add it to an auto layout, and that is it. So it automatically adds it for me. You can rename this to, I don't know, text fields. It's good to name your elements nicely. So I'll duplicate this so I can create my button and say submit. I think this is no more useful here. I think I want an arrow. No, I'll drag it into this one. Okay, yeah, since I know. Then let's see. So I'll select my frame itself, which should be, well, you could rename this. It's good to name it, but I don't want to spend too much time. And I'll centralize, and then I'll change the background color. I think I want it to be maybe blue. I have blue somewhere here. Then submit. Let's make that capitalized and say also, let's say white, so that we can see what's going on clearly. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me hide this so we can look at how. Good. So I can add this once now. That's me selecting this frame plus the one up to another auto layout, so that I can increase the spacing, say to 48. No, let's see. Is this okay? Let's see. Okay, I see that my stuff is not properly aligned. I'm a stickler for proper alignment, so it always bugs me. In short, let me show you something. So if I reduce this is a frame of text fields, and I want all my text fields now to be that size. So what I'll just do is to come here, select the three, that's the 3 frames inside, that's the buttons and the text fields. And I'll just say fill container. So that would shift as I shift the frames. That will shift as I move their container, I mean. So let me undo. Okay, I think I undid what I did by mistake. So I'll just go ahead and shift it back. So that's one wonderful thing about auto layout. Another great thing about auto layout is if I want to hide, let's say I don't want my icons anymore, and I just hide it, it nicely shifts my elements back for me, which is great. One last thing, let me just add don't add an account sign up. Line and page this too. So I'll drag this into the frame as well. Only that it needs to be inside this frame. Okay. Then I'll choose this frame, and I want it to, because I want it to be centralized. So there it is. There are different ways of doing that. I could have done it that way, or another nice way of centralizing it instead of doing that way is to say, okay, because if I don't have all my elements, I don't want all my elements to be centralized. Let's say I have some things that I want to be left aligned, and this is the only thing I need to be in the center. Then I'll just come here and say fill container, and I can just centralize this. So it does the same thing. So that's it about auto layout, which is great. Now, if I add another element, let's say it was I want to convert this to a sign up. Let's say it was a sign up page, and I want to just say first name, last name. I can change this to first name, and to just be nicely adding it to it for me. I can make this email address. So you see the nice thing about auto layout. If you don't understand anything and you want me to explain anything, so you just comment, and if this helps you like it as well, you can share with someone, tag somebody that should know about auto layout. So I'm still doing it the olden way style. So see you, bye.